How's it, folks? So in this video, I'm going to be going through the last 3 acts of the campaign and show some of the tips and tricks that I use to get through these more quickly. But before I start, I just wanted to address something. If you're not really interested, click the timestamp on the screen right now, but TLDR, I basically realized that I was copying Engineering Eternity's videos, and you should check them out if you'd like a more thorough explanation of the act. Anyway, if you do want to know what I had to say, so I was clicking through the cheat sheet document that I've been linking in the description, and I accidentally clicked on a link and it brought up a video to Engineering Eternity's videos, which somehow I've never watched. I've followed that document for the last 3 or 4 months, but I've never actually watched his videos. So when they came up, I was a little bit embarrassed, I would say, because they are beautifully produced and much more thorough than what I've been doing here. So I felt pretty sad, and I thought, okay, I need to delete everything before anyone accuses me of YouTube plagiarism drama or whatever. But the more I watched, the more I realized, okay, his videos are great, but there's a monstrous amount of information in them. So what I've been doing here is almost like a summary, unintentionally, a summary of the best parts and most useful, easy to remember tricks that he describes. So for that reason, I feel like these videos, they do hold their own, they do serve their own purpose, and I'm going to keep them up for that reason. But credit where credit's due, check out his channel. None of my videos would be possible if he hadn't created his, and the people who created that document hadn't gone to all that work and made those. So yeah, check out their channel. Anyway, onto the episode. So, starting Act 8. In the toxic conduits, there's going to be this little black splash of paint on the ground. That's going to point you in the right direction. It's a bit hard to see, but keep an eye out for it. Another trick you can do here is to flame dash through this wall, instead of running all the way around. After killing Dodre, going up and to the right will take you to the key, and going down and to the left will take you to the Grand Promenade. So, the key. I'm sure many of you hate this area, but it's actually not that complicated. First, we're going to find Tolman's Bracelet, or the Resurrection Stone, I'm not exactly sure what it is. To find that, I'm going to hug this bottom left wall, and here you go. So over here we should find the resurrection site. Yep, there we go. After we found that, I usually backtrack and head up and right. This should take us to the grain gate. Whoops, not there. There we go. So entering the grain gate, there's actually a cool trick for this area to know if you're going in the right direction. There's a lot of buildings, but there's also only a few buildings with a dead guard outside. If there's a dead guard outside the entrance, you know that's the right direction. Don't ever enter a building that doesn't have a dead guard outside. It'll lead you to a dead end. Make sure to kill the Gemling Legion. That'll grant you a passive point. No dead guard, so I'm not going to go in there. There's the next dead guard. Go in here. No dead guard, so don't go in there. Here's another dead guard. And that's the exit to the Imperial Fields. The Imperial Fields is straightforward, just follow the road until the exit. The road's going to break up at some point, but just keep going in the direction that it was leading you before. Once you see these tiles, you'll know you're in the right place. So, the Solaris Temple. Again, we're going to follow the carpet, but this time we're going to want to find the waypoint. This should take you to the waypoint. From here, if you continue up, that'll take you to level 2. Just keep following the carpet. And that's level 2. I'm not going to run through level 2, but just keep following the carpets. That's how you'll find your way to the boss. So the bathhouse is a fairly static layout. It's not quite exactly the same every time, but one thing to remember is that you're going to find points of interest in each of the corners. So there's going to be the exit to fight Yugul. There's going to be a trial in this area. The one corner's got the waypoint and the entrance in it, and then the other corner's got the exit to the next zone. The Solaris Temple, same as before, follow the carpets. It'll take you to level 2. And again, this is the same as in Act 3. Just try find your way through. If you find stairs going up, you're going in the right direction. Starting in Act 9, we go to the descent. So in the descent, to find the supply hoists that take us up and down, we're going to go up and to the right, then down and to the left, then up and to the right. Like I said, it's more of a layout trick, but it's so easy to remember that it'll save you a lot of time. Level 2, we're going to go down and to the left. I guess that's sort of down and to the right-ish. And then we're going to go up and to the right again. If you don't find it right away, just hug the wall and you'll find it pretty quickly. In the Vasari Desert, we've got a fairly set layout. We're going to head straight for the waypoint. It's not going to be directly straight, but kind of ballpark. There we go. From here, if we want to go to the Foothills, we go straight from the waypoint. Here's the weathered chest. That spawns kind of randomly. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but this is the Foothills. Then from the waypoint, if we go up and right, we'll find the entrance to the oasis. The Foothills has a pretty basic layout. If you go straight, you'll make your way to the tunnel. And if you go straight and hug this right wall, you'll find the boiling lake. Here's the entrance to the boiling lake. And from the entrance, if we continue straight, we'll find the tunnel. The Quarry is a pretty standard layout. Generally on the top right, you're going to find the entrance to the Refinery. It's not always like that, but usually. And on the other side, you're going to find the Shrine of the Winds. The Refinery's got a pretty cool trick. If you follow these train tracks, it'll always lead you to the boss. Here we go, here's the boss. There aren't a whole lot of other tricks for Act 9, so let's hop into Act 10. This is going to be pretty similar to Act 5. This is a set layout, I'll put it on the screen for you to see now. But there's the ossuary in the top right. Over here is where we're going to find the way to Kitava. Over here we'll find the entrance to the torched courts. This is a pretty useful trick that I use. After I come down from the cathedral rooftop, I'll run here, drop a portal, and then continue on my way to the ossuary. After we've dropped that portal and made it to the ossuary waypoint, we're going to take that back to town. And then take that portal back here. This saves us from backtracking all the way from the ossuary all the way back here and then to the control blocks where we're going to complete the quest for a passive point. So the control blocks are always going to be up against this wall and to the left. This is also a pretty straightforward zone, just kind of go straight from the entrance where you came in as much as possible. Once you see this glowing red, you'll know you're in the right place. Here we go. So, in case it's unclear, when I say we're going to go straight, you can see that the entrance and the exit are kind of in a line. We didn't have to go up and around and then left and right and end up like facing this direction. Even though we went left and right and left and right, my mindset was to just kind of go straight as much as I could. So that's why I would go right and then keep hugging this wall, keep going straight as much as I could, and pop out here. So the torch courts is going to be a pretty simple layout. You're just going to hug one of the left or right walls. Try not to go too much into the middle. If you do that, it's more likely that you're going to run into a dead end. Just hug the wall like this. Go up and around. It's going to loop back, and that'll be the exit to the ruined square. As you can see, it made that nice looping shape. Even if you run into a dead end like this, having some sense of direction really helps you, because it's entirely possible you would go down and then up into this room and then end up in a dead end here, then come down, go up into a dead end here. Knowing that the map kind of makes this circular shape, even if it's not the most efficient way, knowing that layout, that'll help you speed up quite a lot. Alright folks, so that's going to be a wrap on this series. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends if you feel they'd like to watch it. I'm going to be streaming on twitch.tv/lolcohol from Saturday the 19th of September. If you'd like to watch, please come by, say hello. If you've got any other tips and tricks you'd like to share with the rest of us, please leave a comment in the description below. Also, make sure to check out Engineering Eternity's videos. Those are also going to be linked in the description. And lastly, if you do want to get faster at running through the game, Zizaran just interviewed Tai Killer on one of his latest PoE University videos. I'd highly recommend checking that out. In the first video that I made, I spoke about some of the techniques that speedrunners use. I was kind of planning on making a video, but after watching that video, there's no point. He explained it so well, and a lot of what he said are things that'll really cut down your time. So check the description below. Anyway, take care guys. Catch you on the stream. Later.